What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another tactical collaboration with the always amazing Gyrfm. Today he has brought a brand new tactic out. We weren't sure if we were going to get this one done in time for 2021, but he's made some tweaks. This is potentially his best tactic today. It has had some insane results. We've tested this in multiple levels of English football, as well as a couple of different nations throughout Europe, so you can see where and how it works in some of the other leagues. And this one, guys, is particularly special, I have to say. Gareth sent me the screenshots for some of the tests last night, and it's very impressive, so you're not going to want to miss that. But before we dive into things, guys, if you are into the tactical side of FM22 and you want a tactic that will blow your opposition away, go down in below this video and drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, because I know over 75% of you guys still aren't subscribed to the channel. Naughty. It is almost Christmas. It's free. Hit that big red button, and once you're down there as well, go into the description and check out Gareth, the amazing creator of these tactics. As I said, we've tested it in multiple levels of England, which is where we're going to start today at Forest Green Rovers. So, guys, we start in Sky Bet League 2 with Forest Green Rovers, who at the start of the season are predicted to finish 5th and have odds of 9-1 to win the Sky Bet League 2 title. And with this amazing tactic, it has done that, and it has done that comfortably. 101 points for Forest Green Rovers in Sky Bet League 2, absolutely blowing the competition away. Beating Walsall, who were the team in second, by 14 points is ridiculous, and almost being 30 points clear from that top of the playoffs. Absolutely brilliant result for Forest Green. As I said, they are predicted initially to finish in 5th, so they are one of the better teams in Sky Bet League 2, but I can guarantee you with some of these other tests, guys, you're not going to want to miss what happens, because it's not just for sort of overpowered teams in the league. I'm just going to run you through some of the results, because some of them are ridiculous, and you can always see, despite it being Forest Green, there's an awful lot of green on this screen in terms of the results. Absolutely blitzing quite a lot of them. Scored 5 against Barrow. But just to progress throughout all the competitions and all the league is so, look how consistent it is, guys. Just constantly picking up the victories and ultimately securing that Sky Bet League 2 title. As I said, we've tested it at other levels of England, so let's go and see what it's done with some of these other clubs. So, guys, we said it doesn't necessarily just work with the top level teams in each division. We have tried it with Norwich here, who are predicted to finish 19th in the Premier League according to the season preview, with odds of 1,000-1 to win the league. And they didn't win the league this time around, but they did finish up in 6th, which is absolutely ridiculous for a team the caliber of Norwich. 9 times out of 10, they get relegated in these sorts of simulations and tactic tests, and they've absolutely blitzed it here. And I will say, with these tactics, we just plug them in. We don't make any substitutions. We don't make any transfers. We don't get any players in, any players out. We just plug the tactic in and simulate to the end of the season. As you can see, we are at the 1st of June, 2022 in this particular instance, and Norwich have managed to secure 66 points. They finished on the same points total as Manchester City. 20 victories, 6 draws, 12 losses in the Premier League, and with a couple of tightening up additions, I think this tactic could really go to the next level, and you could see Norwich qualify for a Champions League spot next year. That's how ridiculous I think this tactic is. Just to show you guys, we didn't make any transfers. These ones are already pre-arranged, as you can see, and most of them are on the outgoings. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙗 is one of the ones leaving, but as you can see, all of these transfers that have already been done were already done before we got here. And now, because of that, we have an absolute bag. We got 71 million in the overall balance and 35 million to try and strengthen to take Norwich into the Europa League. In terms of other competitions, knocked out in the 4th round, the FA Cup, and knocked out in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. But ultimately, that league performance is elite. If we go into the schedule, I just want to show you some of the teams that they beat throughout the course of the season. It's a heavy loss to Chelsea, but again, that is kind of expected. It beats Man City, it beats Arsenal, Let's scroll down. Another heavy loss to Liverpool though, but it beats Manchester United, beats Spurs. Go down a bit more. As you can see, these top tier teams will pick this apart, but I think that's just a disparity in level of player. I think regardless of certain tactics, you will see Norwich lose 5-0 to Man City regardless, but it absolutely smashes through everybody else. And as I said, a top 6 finish for Norwich in the Premier League is unheard of. Let's give it to Chelsea and see how they get on. So Chelsea have odds of 9-2 to win the Premier League and are predicted to finish in 3rd. And with this tactic, not only have they won the Premier League with 98 points, they have clean sweeped everything. Champions League, Super Cup, Emirates FA Cup, Carabao Cup. It's won it all, guys. Honestly, this tactic, when you see it, you're going to be like, how does that work? Believe me, it works. 98 points for Chelsea in the Premier League. I told you this is what can happen with a team of this sort of caliber. And just to prove a point, in this simulation, Norwich were relegated with 29 points. 66 points for Norwich, again, would have put them up into 6th again. So you can see the power of this tactic. Not only did they win the Premier League, though, they win the Champions League in extra time 1-0. Lukaku, top goal scorer in that, highest average rating. Mason Mount with the most amount of assists as well. Winner in that Super Cup final, absolutely trouncing Villarreal 5-1. Winners in that Emirates FA Cup final, beating Southampton 4-2. Timo Werner, top goal scorer in that competition. And then in the Carabao Cup, winning that one in extra time against Arsenal, Romelu Lukaku, again, top goal scorer in the competition. In terms of the Premier League, if we expand that one out of the 38 games, 31 victories, 5 draws, and just the 2 losses, one of them against Liverpool and one of them against Southampton. Liverpool, a team that you might think any team will struggle against, especially in FM22. Liverpool seem to be one hell of a side. Lukaku, top goal scorer in the Premier League, 3rd highest average rating in the league as well. Mason Mount chipping in with 12 assists is a very, very good return. And Mendy coming in 3rd in number of clean sheets. Absolutely dominating the competition as well. Let's have a look through here. They beat Real Madrid in their group stage for the Champions League. They beat Manchester United, as you can see. They sort of start dominating everybody. Beat Real Madrid again here. Club World Cup final, they win that one as well. They beat Palmeiras. They beat Leicester in that quarterfinal. Absolutely trounced Man City 4-1 and then 4-5 in their respective games in that EFL Cup semi-final. Again, moving forward, it's a loss to Liverpool. There is that loss to Liverpool, a draw with Manchester United, but in the Champions League, it beats Inter Milan, it beats Barcelona, it beats Real Madrid, and then in the final, they take on RB Leipzig. You probably wouldn't expect to be there, but that's why I wanted to show you the run to get there in these knockout stages. Inter, Barcelona, Real Madrid, all dispatched with this tactic. We've tested it in a couple of other countries. I'll be back with that, starting off with Italy. So we took the tactic over to Italy and gave it to Fiorentina, who are predicted to finish in 8th in the season and have odds of 50-1 to win that Serie A title. And naturally, with this tactic, it did do that, pipping Inter to that title by a point. And we wanted to try it with with Fiorentina, just because of Dusan Vlahovic, the Serbian. I'm doing a save with Red Star. He is a fantastic little Serbian player who we've got in the Serbian national team. If you've not seen him and tried to pick him up yet in FM22, if you're an elite level club, do it. He's insane. They managed to win the league. They didn't win the cup though, knocked out in the quarterfinals, but the league performance is the main thing. Dusan Vlahovic coming in with 26 goals in the league alone, and 2 players coming in with 11 assists, 25 victories, 10 draws. Obviously, this is Italy, so certain teams do just park that bus, and then 3 losses. Twice to Roma, and they also lost to Roma in the quarterfinals. Maybe Jose knows how to beat this tactic, interestingly. As I said, in terms of some of these results, though, very, very good throughout the course of the season. Picking up victories against Juventus, Lazio, etc. Going through in some of the other competitions. Obviously, Fiorentina don't have to worry about a European competition, but another double against Juventus, draw with Inter, and beating Napoli on that final day of the season is no mean feat. These last 3 games to secure the title, to get 7 points out of a possible 9 against Juve, Inter, and Napoli. Very, very good. As I said, we've tested it in Spain as well, and Germany. Spain's up next. Into Spain we go, and it's another team that don't have a European competition to fight for, but we are talking about Valencia again. 50-1 odds to win the league title, and they've done it here, beating Real Madrid by 5 points. 29 victories in the league, in La Liga, 4 draws and 5 losses. It's all the more impressive over here in Spain because Valencia, not only did they win the league with 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗 scoring 27 goals, they picked up the Copa del Rey as well, beating Atleti in that final to put their name back on that trophy. But that league performance, absolutely brilliant. You've got such heavy hitters in here. Beating Real Madrid is, again, almost as difficult as beating Liverpool in the league. 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗 comes in as the top goal scorer in the division. 3 players as the top 3 in terms of the highest average rating. Guedes coming in with those high number of assists as well. As you can see, very, very good. If we expand this one, they scored 100 goals as well with Valencia and only conceded 38, 91 points. Valencia go back into the Champions League for the following season. We've got one more stop on this tour. It's Germany, and I know what you're going to say because it's Bayern, but if you don't know Gareth always tries his tactics with these top level teams first, PSG, Bayern, etc., to find out if it works and if there are holes, and this tactic absolutely dominated with Bayern, so we had to show you it. Now, we know Bayern Munich are the dominant team in Germany, so we had to show you this one anyway because it absolutely ripped the division apart. It won the league by 24 points. 24 points. I know Bayern are the favourites. It's got a plus 107 goal difference in the division. They won the Champions League. They won the Pokal. They won the Super Cup. In that Super Cup, they beat Dortmund 2-1. In the Pokal final, they beat Hoffenheim 2-0. In that Champions League final, they beat Manchester United 1-0. Who scored that decisive goal? Let me just check. It is 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. So the set piece is on point, and there is your first look at what this shape is. We are going to break it down in a second. I just wanted to show you how good it is with a German team, a German giant like Bayern Munich. If we expand the league, this is the most impressive result I've ever seen. With PSG cakewalking the league and winning every game is, you know, a very good achievement, granted, but doing it with Bayern in Germany, you don't normally see this every day. 33 victories out of the 34 games, just that one draw away at Dortmund, 122 goals scored, including 12 against Leipzig and Mönchengladbach, only 15 goals conceded, 107 positive goal difference, and that all-important 100 points. But I said it won everything. Look at this season, guys. It took pre-season, a couple of losses here and there to get things right in the tactical familiarity, but it doesn't matter. The competitive games start and the steamrollerings begin. They drew one game here against Sevilla in the league, in the Champions League group stage away from home, and they drew here. This is the game against Dortmund, and Benjamin Pavard was sent off in that game as well. Without that sending off, you'd like to think that they would have won every single game in the Bundesliga. And then just look at these scores, guys. They just win. They just win everything. Absolutely dominant. First knockout round of the Champions League, they take on Benfica. They dispatch them. They dispatch Barca. What's that? 7-2 on aggregate. They then take on PSG. They beat PSG 5-0 at home and 2-2 away from home in their final draw of the season. And then they win everything else. Just look at the amount of green we have on display here. Now it's time, though, to break this tactic down. This is how we're looking. I'm just going to make sure that we quick pick without restriction the best 11 for this team, just so you can see the sort of faces and the names that can get themselves into this lineup and sort of how it looks and how it was so dominant with Bayern Munich in Germany. I will say, if you are on PC or Mac, there is a download link in the description that will take you to FM Scout, where you can download the tactic and install it straight away. It's dead easy to do. I've done a video on it, but it's dead easy to do. If you are on Xbox or touch, or not touch, Xbox, Switch, mobile, you can recreate it exactly this way, following the steps I'm about to say. If you need to stop the video at any point to make sure you get the instructions correctly, please do it. And before I get into things, I will say tactical familiarity with this one is very, very key, because it's a bit higgledy-piggledy. It is a little bit of an asymmetric tactic. It's going to take a little bit of time for your players to learn it, so stick with it, and ultimately your players will start to dominate. Okay, so this is the Gyrfm Grogu tactic for FM22. Let's break it down, shall we? In goal, we have Manuel Neuer in this instance as a sweeper keeper. On defend, no additional instructions on him. In the right back spot, we have Benjamin Pavard. He is a fullback on attack, which comes with cross more often and get further forward. There are additional instructions on some of these players, guys. The additional instructions are the ones with the cog, the white cog, and the red circle next to them. And to add those, you just hit the edit button. And this one in this instance is to hold to sit narrower. So you just click this button here, then you click OK down the bottom and you move on. Then we have two central defenders. We have both of them as central defenders on defend. On the right hand side, no additional instructions on this one. On the left hand side, the additional instruction of ease off tackles has been added. That is because he will drop a little bit further back. This one doesn't need to drop back a little as much because he's got the DM sat in front of him. In the left back spot, we have a complete wing back on support. Role comes with these additional instructions: run wide with the ball, get further forward, stay wider, and roam from position. Then now we get into the complicated stuff. We have a defensive midfielder on support. Joshua Kimmich is perfect for this role. No additional instructions on the defensive midfielder, but he will definitely help out. Then you have a box-to-box midfielder on support as well, with the additional instruction of get further forward added. On the left hand side, it is a inverted winger on attack. No additional instructions on this side, just dribble more, cut inside with the ball and get further forward. That will come with the inverted winger on attack. On the right hand side, we have an inverted winger on attack, but much higher up the field. No additional instructions on this one. This one is more of an attacking midfield on the right. That is just a left midfielder. No additional instructions on here. See 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙯. Then we have an attacking midfielder. You don't see these very often. I use one in my tactic. It does well. We have an attacking midfielder on that support duty with the added instruction of more direct passes. Then up top, you have the main man, Robert Lewandowski, or is it Lewandowski in this particular formation. Advance forward on attack with the additional instruction of move into channels. Simple as. I will say with some of these, especially Lewandowski, make sure you are putting him in that far left of the three striker positions. Please note that. The tactical style, guys, you don't have to worry about that. It is a custom gegenpress. That is how it is set up, but you don't need to worry about it because even if you go on clean slate, once you follow all these instructions, this is exactly how it's going to look anyway, so it doesn't really matter what the tactical style is. In terms of the mentality, it is a attacking mentality. In possession, we are playing with an attacking width of wide. We are passing into space. We are playing out of defense with a standard passing directness, extremely high tempo. We are mixing our crosses into that final third, running at defense and being more expressive. In transition, this is how we are looking. It is a gegenpress. So we are counter pressing and we are countering when possession has been won. And we are taking short kicks as our goalkeeper distribution. Out of possession, the final one. We have a much higher line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, that standard defensive width, triggering the press much more often, preventing that short goalkeeper distribution, and we are getting stuck in terms of our tackling. As I said, guys, this is a massive tactic, and on the screen, you can see Lewandowski, 58 goals in all competitions. Thomas Müller, 15 goals. 𝘼𝙗𝙗𝙯, 26 goals. Serge Gnabry, 25 goals. 9 goals for Süle as well. It's just so dominant. Imagine what this tactic could do at any level. We've shown you it at every level pretty much. We've done League 2, we've done a underdog in the Premier League, we've done a top tier team in the Premier League, we've done it in Italy, Spain, and obviously Germany. It works, guys. Download the tactic. As I said, link is in that description. And whilst you're there, go and drop Gareth a follow. His Twitch, his Twitter, and links to his Discord will be in that description. He is a tactical mastermind. Go and give him a follow. You will not be disappointed. But if that's it basically for today. This video is coming out just before Christmas, guys, so please do drop a like on it down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you on another one very, very soon.